And there was one other one that we really had to talk about today, and that is, Twitch enforcing DMCA on like music finally. I guess I don't really have that much to say about this. Duh.
Yep.
Yeah, that was gonna
happen.
That was gonna happen.
It seems so weird to me for so long how it was being handled, and I guess a few companies or something. I don't know all the details on this, but
someone clued in.
I believe a few companies came together and worked on a system where they could file proper DMCA's on like the right way, and Twitch has responded the way that they have to.
Yep.
And that's about it.
So right now they are basically issuing strikes and pulling down content that has copyrighted music in it. And I believe they're even talking about, don't quote me on this one, but I believe they're even working on a system for live broadcasts as well, which could affect my Beat Saber streams. Gosh darn it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, would definitely affect my Beat Saber streams. But like, guys, this was a matter of time, and it's kind of shocking to me how insulated the Twitch community has been from the way that like music copyright works. Like, this is something that we had to learn many years ago on the YouTube platform, not because YouTube is like bad guys and they're mean and why can't I put Soulja Boy music in my video? Aside from that, I wouldn't want to.
Tell them.
Yeah, this this is more just that it's amazing that they got away with it for so long. And I saw just like some of the most asinine things on Twitter. Like, I saw this one streamer that's like, well, like, I have my Spotify account, so like I pay for the music. I'm like, really? Like, you think you have a commercial license for what does Spotify cost? I don't have a Spotify account. Spotify
$5
premium price. Give me a sec here. Give me a sec. You think Taylor Swift is gonna give you a a license to make money off her music for $9.99 Canadian a month?
That's pretty expensive. Okay.
I don't think so. So yeah, there's a lot of people asking these questions. Finally, well, how do I get properly licensed music? And the answer is money. We've had to go through that whole process because I don't know if you guys remember this, but way back in the day, we didn't have music. And we started putting music right around the time I think we did the first Scrapyard Wars, actually. And it wasn't on every video at that time, but that's why the first Scrapyard Wars has all that music from the YouTube library. And we used a lot of music from the YouTube library or like royalty-free tracks that we would download and buy. But there's problems with that. Some of the problems are that there was an incident where we used a YouTube library song where the performance was royalty-free and like free to use, but the sheet music was copyrighted in like Germany or some crap. So you can run into issues where, because copyright law is so fragmented worldwide, there can be claims that you had no way of knowing were coming and you thought you had a proper license to use the music. One of the reasons we stopped using just like rando individually downloaded songs is that there's no proper way to manage it. Like the digital rights management is not very good. So in some cases you'd have to deal with just like false takedown flags. And you're just kind of like, yeah, there needs to be a better way. So there's libraries that are integrated with services like YouTube, like Warner Chappell. I think we're using APM and another one now. We don't use Warner Chappell anymore, but the problem, so that way none of our stuff gets accidentally flagged. We've got these extensive libraries. Monster Cat is another really good one. That one actually does cost like $5 a month or something like that for a license where you can use the music commercially. But it's not as much variety on Monster Cat as some of these other services. So yeah, we end up paying literally thousands of dollars for subscription fees for these services in order to have music that we can that we can play in our videos for you guys. It's kind of crazy how much the game changes once you reach a certain scale. And honestly, this is one of those areas of copyright and like digital media licensing that I think needs a huge wake up call for the present day. Because I remember a situation where we wanted to make a channel super fun, parodying a Top Gun scene, the volleyball scene. And we wanted to license the actual Kenny Loggins song, Playing with the Boys, for the video. And not
about to sing it, but I think that's even a problem.
Yeah, not only could we not get it for a reasonable price, like the price was going to be more than we could ever hope to make through AdSense or a corporate sponsor on the video, which we didn't even have because it was just a silly video we really wanted to make. Not only that, but they were going to require us, even at that price, to take it down after a year because there was no perpetual license for that kind of a song. And I looked at it and I went, well, then you guys just lost the business, right? You lost the customer because I cannot afford that. And so I think what has to happen, and I don't know how to enact any kind of change in the way that this music is licensed, but what has to happen as the enforcement gets better and as platforms have to start enforcing that you can't just have like some chill beats playing, even if you have an audience of one on Twitch or whatever, is there has to be reasonable licensing costs that starting out creators can actually afford, or you're going to end up in this situation where only established content creators like us who can afford to write 1,000 or multiple thousands of dollars check can achieve these decent production values. And yeah, there's always going to be workarounds, but like, why are we creating this barrier to entry? Don't you want to get paid for your music library? Why not just have a sliding scale? And I'm not asking for something perfect right out of the gate. Maybe something as simple as if you have under 10,000 subscribers, you can apply to use it for very cheap. But then once you grow, the expectation is that you've grown very accustomed to this wonderful service and you're able to contribute more to their bottom line and you can pay more. Like something like a scale where, okay, you cross 10,000 subscribers, now you've got to pay $500 a month. You cross 100,000 subscribers, now you've got to pay, $1,000 a month. You cross 1 million subscribers, now it's, well, hey, you're playing, big time now. It's time to pony up. It's $2,000 a month or whatever the case may be, because that's what this stuff ultimately costs. But they're just putting people in a position where they can't enter the game, and I think it sucks. I think it's lame, and I think there's a way to do it better. It's just not really my business. And I don't really know anybody in that business, so I have no way of sort of presenting the problem for smaller creators as we've experienced it over the years. Like, I have no problem with the amount that we pay for it now. I think it's, for the service that we get, because it's not just the music, it's the way that the music is cataloged, the way that you can search for it. You can kind of go, yeah, I want this, but not this. I want something like this, and you can find things like that. Like, it's a valuable service. It's just... a lot of people can't afford it, and I think people should be able to afford it. That's all.